They tell you building wealth takes a lifetime. But Finn is here to prove you can start from zero. Today. In just 10 minutes, we're taking you inside the real, raw process of Finn from zero and the steps he's taking right now to change everything.
Finn had been meaning to check his credit score for months. Not because anything was wrong, at least not that he knew of, but because it was one of those financial things that existed somewhere in his life, affecting decisions being made about him by people he would never meet, based on a number he had never once looked at directly. He had cleared his debt. He had filed his taxes. He had read his payslip and examined his retirement account and built a budget that actually worked. There was no good reason to keep avoiding this one. He opened the app. He checked the score. Then he spent the next hour understanding what it actually meant. 12 months. 1 full year since the Tuesday morning in episode 1 when the money had disappeared before the month even began. Finn was not the same person financially. He knew that. The evidence was in the numbers. The zero credit card balance, the growing emergency fund, the salary increase, the retirement account he now understood, the tax return he had completed without panic. But also in something less quantifiable. The absence of the low-level financial anxiety that had accompanied him for most of his adult life. The fact that opening a financial app now felt like maintenance rather than confrontation. He was 1 month away from the 12-month budget milestone, one of the Phase 1 conditions he had never framed that way explicitly, but which he could feel approaching. A full year of imperfect, consistent financial engagement. The credit score was the last major financial element he had not properly examined. He knew what a credit score was in general terms. A number, used by lenders. High was better than low. Beyond that, his knowledge thinned quickly into assumption and vague understanding. He had checked it once, briefly, about 2 years earlier, before the financial journey began, and had noted the number without understanding it and moved on. He could not even remember what the number had been. Jordan texted while Finn was setting up the app. "Have you ever properly checked your credit score? Mine is apparently terrible, and I don't know why." Finn smiled. "Checking mine now. I'll find out how it works and let you know." The number was not what Finn had expected. It was better than he feared and more fragile than he had imagined. Better because a year of paying above the minimum on his credit card before clearing it, combined with no missed payments and a steady employment history, had built a more solid foundation than his avoidant relationship with money had suggested. More fragile because when he read about what actually influenced the score, he realized how easily years of building could be affected by a relatively small number of decisions. Here is what he learned about how credit scores work, and here is why it matters far beyond just borrowing money. A credit score is a numerical summary of your credit history, the record of how you have managed borrowed money over time. It is calculated by credit reference agencies, using information reported by lenders, banks, and other financial institutions about your accounts and your payment behavior. The specific number range varies by country and by credit bureau, but across almost every system, the same underlying factors determine whether the score is strong or weak. Payment history is the most significant factor. Whether you have paid what you owed when you owed it, every month across every account. A single missed payment can affect a score meaningfully. Consistent on-time payments over years build it steadily. Credit utilization is the second major factor. This is the percentage of your available credit that you are currently using. If you have a credit card with a $2,000 limit and a $1,800 balance, you are using 90% of your available credit. High utilization signals financial strain to lenders, even if payments are being made. The general guidance is to keep utilization below 30% of available credit. Lower is better. Finn thought about the months when his credit card balance had been close to its limit. High utilization for an extended period. That had affected his score in ways he had not been aware of while it was happening.
Length of credit history matters too. The longer your credit accounts have been open and in good standing, the more positively that is reflected in your score. This is one of the reasons closing old credit accounts, even ones you no longer use, can sometimes reduce a score rather than improve it. The account's age is part of the calculation. Types of credit contribute as well. A mix of different credit types, a credit card, a loan, a mobile phone contract, managed responsibly over time contributes positively. This does not mean taking on unnecessary debt to diversify. It means that responsible management of whatever credit you have across different types builds the picture lenders look for. New credit applications create what are called hard inquiries on a credit file. Each application for new credit, a loan, a card, a mortgage, leaves a mark. A single hard inquiry has a small effect. Multiple applications in a short period suggest financial desperation to lenders and can reduce a score more significantly. Finn mapped his own history against these factors. The good: 12 months of consistent payments on his credit card. No missed payments across any account in the past year. Steady employment. A credit card account now clear and open, not closed, contributing to his credit history positively. The less good: the period of high utilization before the debt clearance. A couple of years of inactivity on his credit file before he had started paying attention. These things did not disappear quickly. Credit history is exactly that, a history. But they would gradually matter less as new positive behavior continued to build over time. He texted Jordan the full breakdown. Jordan's question about why his score was apparently terrible resolved quickly once he understood the utilization factor. Jordan had 2 credit cards, both sitting near their limits, which he paid the minimum on each month. High utilization plus minimum payments plus a collections account that had only recently been resolved. So basically, everything I've been doing is wrong for this, Jordan said.
Not wrong, Finn wrote back. Just not optimized for it. The good news is, it improves from here. Just keep doing what you've been doing. Pay on time, reduce the balances. It catches up with the behavior eventually. Jordan sent back a thumbs up. Then, after a pause, "You're actually pretty good at this now." Finn read that, put his phone down, opened his notebook. Beneath the emergency fund calculations and the tax notes and the graph that ended at 0, he wrote something he had not written before. Month 12. 1 full year. Your credit score is being calculated whether you look at it or not. Lenders, landlords, mobile phone providers, and in some cases employers use it to make decisions about you. Understanding what it contains and what builds it is not optional if you want to navigate financial life with full awareness. Here is what I want you to take from this episode. The first lesson: check your credit score today using a free service from a reputable credit reference agency. In most countries, free access exists. You do not need to pay for this. Know your number. Then read the factors contributing to it. The number without the context is almost meaningless. The second lesson: the 2 most impactful things you can do for your credit score are also the 2 most fundamental things you can do for your finances generally. Pay on time every month without exception. Keep your credit utilization low, ideally below 30% of your available limit. These 2 habits alone build a strong credit history over time. Everything else is secondary. The third lesson: credit history rewards patience more than cleverness. There is no shortcut. Past mistakes remain on your file for a period, then fade as new positive behavior replaces them. The answer to a poor credit score is not a quick fix. It is the same answer as everything else in this channel. Consistent, good decisions made repeatedly over time. Finn has been making them for 12 months. Look how far 12 months took him.
The content in this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. Always consult a qualified financial professional before making any financial decisions. 12 months. Finn wrote those words in his notebook and sat with them for a while. 1 year ago, he had $11 in savings and a credit card bill he was too scared to open. Tonight, he had a clear credit file, a growing emergency fund, a salary he had negotiated, taxes he understood, and a retirement account he could name and describe. He was not finished, not even close, but he was somewhere completely different from where he started. Episode 19 is where the second year begins.